we are back. This is Bike Talk episode 33, where I review a racing bike. First up, we got Dimitri. Dimitri says, reviewing his subject, and he says, "Sup Gary, my name's Dimitri, and this is his 80s Bianchi Grizzly. Took inspiration from Rivendell setup, and so far this bike has been a blast. Include a pic of getting it used on some dirt. Cheers, mate." Alright, let's take a look. He just wants a normal review, so we'll just take a look. Overall, pretty sick. I think it looks like a pretty sweet build. Love the tires, matching the frame, matching the grips. Love the horizontal top tube. I think your cable length looking good. Some upgrades on your pads here, also nice. I'd say your rear rim is a little bit more worn than your front, but nothing too bad. Running 3x7 it looks like. Looking good there. And yeah, you can see the Rivendell setup with the Ronnie Romance bars with the, I think that's an Avocet saddle, tilt back a little bit with the bars, tilt back, so he's sitting pretty far back, pretty cruisy ride, and then the long top tubes should make it, yeah, pretty cruisy. Bottle in bottle cage, crank arm is pretty much straight, I'll give him that. And yeah, overall pretty sick. I think you can clean up this little cable here, looks a little bit bent. But yeah, it's looking good. Look, pretty sweet build. Front looking pretty sweet as well. I love the wide bars. It looks even better on the front. I think on the side you can't tell. The bars kind of look a little bit out of proportion, but on this front pic they look pretty spot on. Nice and comfy. Got a little saddle bag here. Nice little pattern on there. Yeah, pretty classy build overall. Can't go wrong. Got some Auri grips. Greg Auri to match the Ultra Dynamicos. And then got, yeah, running a Quill Tectomic, or is it, can't really read that. Maybe it's a special one, but yeah, it looks like a Nitto type of Quill stem, probably 120 there to bring the sweep back to a normal spot. And then got a old school bell here, pretty clean all around. Nice little saddlebag. I don't know who makes that, but it has a pretty nice pattern to it. And then even got the little gold Faru. I think they're called Farus. Little gold Farus to match the gold on the logo. But yeah, overall pretty cool. Kind of like that classic Rivendell build with the twine here wrapped up with the bar tape. Nice kind of like earthy colors. Looking pretty sweet. Nice upgrade on the pedals here. And yeah, that's him. Here's him ripping. Let's see if we can make that a bit bigger. Yeah, he's definitely ripping on here. You can see, I think if your handlebars and this stem is handling the drops and they're not kind of slipping, I think he's done a good job. But yeah, it looks like there's no issues here. Repping a big kind of downhill jump with candy brakes and quill stem. Yeah, rip of the bike. But yeah, overall sick bike. Nothing really on this one. I think the only thing that bugs me is really, yeah, this cable right here. But other than that, pretty sick. I would say another thing is you have black skewers, where I think silver skewers probably match your look a little bit better. But yeah, overall pretty sick. Nice build. Thanks, Dimitri. Next up we got is Wade, and he says, I used this bike for the past 2 years to haul a trash trailer that I built to clean up litter off the rail trail in my town. It was my mother's-in-law's bike from '93. I recently started working at a bike shop, so I decided to throw some money at the one bike I really haven't cared about. Now it's one of my favorites. Didn't do anything crazy to it. Just changed out the wheel set to accommodate 9-speed. Roast my mum bike like you mean it. Much appreciation, Wade Dabs. Alright, first up, gonna roast Wade for being a goody two-shoes for going around cleaning up the trash and also building up his mother-in-law's bike. So yeah, just a 100% people pleaser here. So gonna roast you for that. Gonna roast you for no bottle in bottle cage. Crank arm looks straight here, so that's good. I would say these cables are looking pretty long, just green cables. I know you just started working at a bike shop, but you probably need to get some a little bit more a little bit more training, I think, because I think these are looking a little long. I'd say overall this bike is looking probably a little too nice for a trash pickup bike. It looks like a pretty fancy bike. I would say, yeah, these gutted seat posts is probably the only thing that matches. You thought I didn't see it, but I'm going to roast you for this black spacer on a silver headset. Let's see what else we got. Alright, here's a side pick. No bottom bottle cage. Strike 2. Lever too far, facing downwards. Looks like it's got non-matching tubes. Seat looks good. Seat looks comfy. Yeah, this cable's just way too long here. Alright, here's his big trash tub trailer. I feel like from his description, I thought it just probably had a small one and it was picking up garbage. But how much garbage are you picking up, Wade? This seems like super suspect to be carrying just to pick up trash. I feel like he's picking hard rubbish and then probably reselling it with this tub that is that big. So yeah, that's a little bit suspect for me. And then no bottom bottle cage, strike 3. Crank arm not straight here. I think this is before he upgraded the crank and drivetrain. And then yeah, here I'm gonna roast you for cross chaining. Littlest cog on the back, littlest cog on the front. That's gonna wear down your chain rings. And then here's his bike shop, I assume. So maybe he upgraded some stuff here. This is the last pick. Not sure why I sent this. I think he probably sent it to show us that he changed out the cables himself. Yeah, good job on that one. Or maybe changed out the wheel. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think these wheels are newer. But yeah, overall pretty sick. Pretty sick build. It's a nice little upgrade. Diamondbacks, you can't go wrong with them. But yeah, if you're ever out near Wade's area and you need some trash pickup, just hit him up. He'll do it for you. He's got the right rig for it. All right, thanks Wade. Pretty cool bike. Cheers. All right, next up is E10. Hi, my name's E10. Good luck with the pronunciation. All right, I think it's E10. Yeah, E10. I don't know how else you could say this because EI is eat. Maybe it's eaten. Yeah, eaten, or maybe it's meant to be Ethan or something. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know how to say this name. And this is his 87 Miata. He just wants a roast. All right, roast away. All right, first up, a Thompson seat post with Brook saddle. That's illegal. No bottles, no bottle cages, no bottles. Dirty tires with the thread coming out as well. Crank arm not straight, but tried to be straight. Basket is straight, which I'll give you that. That's good. Cable is too long. Looks like he switched out the bars at some point and all these cables just got bunched up. But this one, yeah, this one really bugs me. This one's just way too long. All right, let's see what else we got. Little front shot here. Nice clean bars. Bell positioning is a little strange for me. I feel like it'd be hard to get your thumb right here, all right? You're gonna move your hand over to this side. I'm gonna roast you for your cargo net being 2 different colors. This is a weird place to take a bike pick as well. It's like, you think your tires would slip through here? Seems like definitely a weird place, and it's all fenced off all the way around, so yeah, kind of weird place to take it. He is running LX hubs here, so that's good. But yeah, I think overall a bit of a classic build. The only thing that's new is this Thompson seat post, which is strange. And then he's running a fender on the back and then no fender on the front. And I say his fender looks a little bit wonky as well, so you can fix that up. And again, running 2 different tubes. So gonna roast you for that. I'm just gonna say this is a Presta and then this is a Schrader. So yeah, you gotta fix that up. But yeah, overall pretty sick bike. Thanks, Ethan. All right, next up we got Shawnee. Hi Gary, I just want to start by saying your videos are both very relaxing and informative. Thanks for all you do. No worries, I hope that's the case. And then 95 mountain track. Bought this at a thrift store for 20 bucks and have service and modified almost everything on it. Your videos proved to be very helpful with this process. Roast away. Okay, let's see what you've learned from my videos. I feel like my videos, I don't know if they help people that much. They're more of just a guide. But okay, first up, I feel like this is another AI picture. Look how blurry this is compared to just the rest of the photo. Looks almost almost a bit fake. Like this is out of focus, but it's being cut out, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I do have a video about taking photos, funny enough, but I think you missed that one. Alright, the side pick looks good. Okay, crank arm, not straight, no bottle in bottle cage, just the usual. I do like the flight saddle, it looks pretty cool. It looks fast. And I do like the stance of this bike, it looks pretty cool. These pictures are really weird. Like it's blurry, but it looks like it's being cut out again. Like, what is this? This area here. Just don't know what's going on. New cassette looks like. Nice job. Oh, I like the little the cable tuck. I like that. You definitely must watch my videos if you have the cable tuck. I feel like I do that all the time. Maybe other people do it too, but I will just pretend that you learned this from me. Alright, here's a front pick, looking sweet. Pretty comfy bars, got a nice flashlight. Gonna roast you for having a cable right in front of the flashlight. That's probably counterintuitive. Gonna roast you for quick release position, being too far forward. And that's basically it. I think overall it's a pretty sick build though. I like the green and the grey. I don't know if these are grey tires, but they look grey. But the green and grey and the black looks sweet. Upgraded cranks, drivetrain. Yeah, pretty sweet ride. Running 1x with a Dior friction shifter. Looking good. Awesome. Thanks for sending, Shawnee. I don't even know if that's how you say it. But yeah, cheers. From Arizona. Shout out Arizona. Alright, next up is Hacken. And Hacken put his phone number here in case you want to phone him up. 90s Montague I restored. Produced for BMW and an official bike of the 96 Olympics. Wow. That's pretty old. Alright, it's pretty sick. So it's one of those folding bikes. Yeah, this frame looks cool. Let's see what he did. Alright, yeah, looking sweet. Fully fresh paint job here. And I know you guys are going to say crank arm not straight, but the crank arm is parallel to the seat tube, so it looks like he put some thought into it. And I think it looks pretty good running single speed here. And with the tension, looks pretty good on the tension as well. White tires, they won't stay white for long, but it looks good. Got this hard Skyway BMX seat. It looks cool, might not be that comfy, but it fits the aesthetic. Nice grips, matching the tires. I think he said roast and review or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, review and or roast. So gonna roast him for the levers being too far straight here. Will be uncomfortable for your wrist. Gonna roast you for this cable going behind the bars. That's a little weird. But yeah, overall pretty sick build. Sick restoration and repaint. Definitely put a lot of effort into this. Gonna roast you for your grips being too long for this type of build. And let's see what else we got. Gonna roast you for using this clear bike stand. Alright, here's how the bike folds up. Looks cool. Oh, it's got the detachable pedals. Make sure you don't lose those. Again, gonna roast for the black QR skewer. I think silver would have been better. Would have matched your aesthetic a bit better. And yeah, that's basically it. This is a sweet build though. Definitely put a lot of effort into it. Anytime someone repaints a bike, yeah, they're going all out. And yeah, I think this bike is well worth doing as well, just because the frame is so unique. But yeah, cool bike. Thanks, Hacken. Nice job. Alright, next up is Dale. Dale said, definitely roast this poor break-in store. Hi Gary, it's my friend's bike and there's absolutely nothing special about it except how bad the brakes are installed. They asked me to take a look at the bike because the brakes are rubbing, blah blah blah. I think sending your friend's bike is breaking the rules, but we'll just take a look anyway. Alright, this is the brake and then this is the bike. Alright, yeah, nothing special here, just a fluid bike. I do like the all black grey type of look. It looks pretty good. Seat position looks pretty comfy. It looks a little long, I think. You might need to stretch over a bit. Crank arm not straight. No bottle cages. Red stand. One reflector. Dork disc. Just the usual kind of stuff. Cables are too long here. Cable definitely too long down here. But yeah, that's basically it. It's nice of you to help you fix your friend's bike. But yeah, should get him around. I like the tires. They look cool. Cheers, Dale. Thanks for sending. Alright, next is Elon and said roast it. Hello, my Gary. Hello again from the guy who put your face into my rusty bottom bracket from episode 22. I know you say no more PDFs. I sent you a PDF last time, you seemed to like it. Is it because of me you made this new rule, no PDFs, or did someone else ruin it? Anyway, so I'm attaching a PDF as always. Pick your poison. PDFs is better. Trust me, I'm a designer. Oh, okay, I remember this guy. And he said roast it, basically. So the reason why I don't do PDFs is because you can run scripts off PDFs and then I could get viruses or whatever. So that's the reason why, but we will take a look at this. We just got to size it up, size it so it fits in the frame here. All right, I guess that's good enough. All right, so this is the bike. This is pretty sick photos. I always appreciate nice photos. All right, let's take a look. All right, first of all, gonna roast you for having your signature on here. This is just just too self-serving, I think. Like just trying to show off too much. Especially when you got it on the first image. If you do a PDF portfolio, there's no way you need to put your signature on every single image. I feel like that's kind of overkill. So that's some design advice right there. First of all, I would just take off your signature there. Also, if you have the same information on each page, it becomes redundant. So yeah, another design advice there. All right, the bike itself, I think it looks pretty sick from the stance. The stance looks cool. And yeah, I love the elevated stay. Looks kind of funky. Looks like a futuristic bike. Overall vibe looks pretty cool. The bar tape looks cool. I'm into this red-white bar tape with the purple. That's a nice kind of color combo. Let's see what else we got. All right, here's a side pic. We can see it a bit better. Okay, bottle cage. No bottle in secondary bag. Crank arm is straight. Pedal is straight. So that's pretty nice. I feel like riding position would be a little bit uncomfortable because it's a little further down than the saddle, and then reaching the brakes might also be hard because your wrists would have to be turned in quite a lot. So yeah, gotta take off a few points there. All right, close pics. Gotta roast you for this, mate. Look at this. It's not even in the slot, but it has been signed off and approved. Signed off and approved by Elon right there. I don't know how you guys feel about this cable going straight down. I feel like it kind of annoys me a little bit, so gotta roast you for that. Gonna roast you for having the light on during daytime, wasting battery again here. Little back shot here, nice little back shot, I like that. Alright, overkill on the levers right there. I feel like people do this when they run out of stuff to do on their bike and they don't actually want to ride their bike, they just want to kind of customize it. And Elon, being a graphic designer, definitely feels those shoes. Here tying in with the red here, again here on the brake lever, a bit of overkill. Yeah, I feel like this bike would kill your wrist actually when you try to brake. I do like the new computer, or the old style computer, it looks super cool. And nice little handlebar shot, back shot here. I like the bike. I like how the bike is called Alien as well. And yeah, it kind of looks like an alien too, like an alien bike. I feel like it fits the theme. Upgraded the pads, more kind of twine, unnecessary twine there. Yeah, you can definitely tell this is a graphic designer's bike, especially with this image right here. That's hilarious. All right, a few more shots. All right, gonna start roasting him now. Unnecessary shots. So being a good designer is about being able to edit down your photos. So you can edit this one out. This one is a poor photo compared to the rest. Let's see what else he's got. These ones are pretty good. Give you that. And then this is the last one. Looks like it did a funny picture as well. 1 second. All right, this pic is cool. I like these flowers. Matches the bike as well. Thank you, my Gary. Thanks, Elon. All right. All right, so gotta give him 10 out of 10 for this. But he's a graphic designer, so he didn't actually spend too much time keying out his bike. Look, he even missed the chainring and the spokes and everything else. Yeah, overall pretty sick. Pretty sick presentation, I gotta I gotta say. Yeah, just those graphic design notes. He doesn't need to put his signature on every photo. He didn't put on this one for some reason. But yeah, overall pretty sick. I think this bike actually looks pretty good. The only thing that, yeah, kind of bugs me is how it's going to ride with the brakes here. So yeah, I don't know about that. But other than that, pretty sick build. Nice one, Elon. Well done. Cheers. All right, next up we got Dank. And his name is Dank. He says, roast my 55 Holdsworth, baby. All right, 55 Holdsworth, Resto mod from the 90s. Shimano pedals. Mishi chainring, Nitto bars and stem. Alright, let's take a look. It's easy just to look at the bike. And he wants a roast. Does he want to? Yeah, he wants a roast. Okay, roast if having too many colors on your bike. First roast. Brown saddle, red, yellow, blue, silver, black, too many. Crank arm not straight, running SPDs, no bottle cage. Handlebars on backwards, fixed gear, running 2 brakes. Okay, this is what it looked like before. Alright, so I gotta give it to him. He came a long way from it. I feel like this, like when an old bike gets redone, yeah, I actually gotta take that back. When an old bike gets redone and you decide to paint it 3 different colors, I feel like it's kind of like a poor design choice. Sorry, Dank. I can understand why you did it. Maybe you like these colors, but yeah, I feel like I would have just probably would have just redid this and kind of cleaned it up a bit. But yeah, if you like it, if you like the colors, who am I to say, really? I just don't like it personally. I think if you want to freshen this up, maybe just get a black saddle, and I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, overall you can see he put a ton of work into it. So I'd say nice effort on the bike. Looks fast. Cheers, Dank. All right, next up is James. James says, hey Gary, I love your channel. Thanks, James. Your black Ascent with pit bars was the original inspiration. Here's a parts list, and let's take a look. Look how big this cassette is. This cassette is absolutely massive. I'm surprised this derailleur can handle it. It's just so big. And then it's got a big chainring on the front as well. So it looks like it's built for road. And yeah, overall pretty sick. I'd say too much purple on it. Too much purple. Chain rings are too big on both sides. Added weight for no reason. These cranks look cool though. And the pedals. No bottom bottle cage, of course. They're turbine cranks. No wonder they look cool. Wow, really blinged out on this one. Hope hubs. Okay, gonna roast you for this little screw being in too long. It's almost hitting your expensive Hope hubs there. Gonna roast you for your skewer being too long as well. Nice little bell. This should have been purple. You can tell it would have bugged him not being purple. 26-inch until death. I don't understand why D is capitalized but U isn't, so a little bit of mistake there, and death is so close to the edge and then there's so much gap up the top. Got a little mermaid crab thing. Red twine here, should be purple. Alright, re-hope hub looking good. Quick release skewer facing backwards. I feel like that's going to be an issue. And it's got some surly bars here, BMX stem. Let's go to the side pick again. Yeah, overall pretty sick, I think. Looks pretty cool. Purple bar ends. I really do like this race face old style seat post. They don't make this much anymore, but yeah, it's just overall it's a shame that this post is on this bike. Gotta roast you for the dice on here. I feel like that's overkill. And then the purple nipples, purple headset, purple grips, really all purpled out. Should have gotten a purple bike, I think. But yeah, all jokes aside, pretty sick build. Nice one, James. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is Martin. Martin says, hello, Gary. Hello, Martin. Review, I think. So he's kind of unsure about himself. So he's kind of scared. So we'll go easy on him. And yeah, let's take a look. All right, first up, I would be unsure sending this pic to. All right. Pretty busted up headset and frame. Yeah, definitely needs some work there. I feel like these are before pics. 2 unicycles there. Got Seat post busted up. Tires busted up. No pedals, no chain. Alright, let's see. Alright, this war's looking sweet. Let's see what we got. Alright, here it is. Yeah, looking sweet. I think this bike is sick. I don't really like this dork disc, but it's I guess it's silver, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, you came a long way. The bike looks sick. Like what you did with it. I love the components. This stem with the kind of air holes here, or drill holes to save weight, looks pretty cool. You got some stem spacers here when you converted your stem adapter. Seat post looks cool. Color looks cool, mostly black with a bit of purple up top. Nothing too crazy. Crank arm is straight. No bottle cages though. Let's see what else we got. Clean up the frame. Probably got it blasted, I think. Are these some cracks? I'm not sure. Maybe that's just to clear. Another shot a bit higher up, showing the sweep of the bars, looking good. Yeah, this is a sick build. Came a long way. These are moto bars, of course. I love the cable going through this gap here. That looks cool. Looks fitting. Yeah, overall this sick bike. Sometimes you can kind of just tell if someone has taste or not. I think this is pretty cool. Yeah, nice one, Martin. Looks good. Nice job. Not too much to say, I think. Just, yeah, great job. Feel like you came a long way on this one. Definitely went full tilt from where it was, for sure. From here to here. Yeah, ripped it up. Nice one, Martin. Thanks for sending. Alright, next up is Joss. Hey Gary, this is my Surly. Love riding it. Review if you have nothing to roast. Wink face, but I'm sure you'll find something at least. Cheers from Germany. Thanks, Joss. Alright, first roast. Too much shadow in a picture. Too dark, can't see it. Let's see, we've got another pick. Too dark again, so can't see this one. Next pick. This one is good, but he forgot to turn the picture sideways, so can't really see that either. I'm gonna roast him for having alcohol in his picture. Too much of an alcoholic there. Little side pick here on the rear tire. Let's see if we can find a good side shot. It doesn't have one. Alright, we're gonna have to look at the dark one. I know, it's as painful as for me as it is for you guys. Alright, let's see. Alright, overall stance looks pretty good. I like the front rack, however there's nothing on it, or no basket on it, or no bag on it, so can't really see if it's useful or not. I do like the upgraded drivetrain, looks pretty beast. The fat tires look cool. Race King tires, these should be light as well, fast rolling. From here, overall the stance looks pretty sick, I think. Pretty sick or blacked out bike, but you can't also see that much. Bottle cage, crank arm is straight, pedals straight, toolkit is in there. Just the beer stands out of all the picks. I do like these little thumb kind of rest bar end things. They probably make it a bit more comfortable. Gonna roast you for having your bike size on your frame. Alright, got some XT brakes. Nice. Gonna roast you for leaning your nice bike up against all these rocks. Gonna get scratched up for sure. You can tell he's an alcoholic. Heineken sticker, SRAM Apex, GRX on the back. He does have some colored nipples and stuff here, but just one here and then two on the valve. Well, that's interesting. Thompson stem. Yeah, overall pretty sick. Nice set of wheels as well. Cool, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Can't really see much, but from here looks pretty good. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for sending. Cheers. Alright, next up is Nick. Nick says, Sup Gary, 1980s Norca, Tutuk Yakatuk, aluminum butterframe, Dior group set, array of rims, roast my ride from Montreal. Shout out Montreal. Alright, we did this last time, so I am not gonna do it again. Alright, Joe Finley. Hey Gary, love your vids. Thanks for everything you do. Review or roast my new to me Uber cargo bike. I've done the tires, blah blah blah. Love to hear your thoughts. Link to the Google Drive the photos. I don't do Google Photos FYIs, but we'll try to open some of it up and hope it's not a virus. Alright, cool bars I'd say. Let's see if we can find a side pick. Alright, it's got the cool bars going on. Got some BMX grips, got a foam mount. Nice front rack with different colored cargo netting, so got a roasty for that. Here's a little back shot. just with the lock and a bag and a small light and another small light. Next pic. All right, got a shield here. I think this shield is probably helpful so whoever sits here doesn't get too dirty. All right, here's a full pic. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty funky bike, like a Willy Wonka type of bike. Yeah, it looks like kind of just like squirted out or something. Yeah, this frame is wild. Yeah, definitely Willy Wonka style bike. I guess like the colors, I'll take it back. I'll give you leeway on the colors because your colors look like candy as well. So it fits the overall theme. I feel like this back area should be slightly longer, but it seems kind of tight for a person to bend their knees and then reach down this low, like this, from sitting here to putting their feet there. So if it's a kid, you might need to put some foot pegs like a bit higher up. But yeah, overall pretty sick. It looks like it's a ripper. Cheers, Joe. Thanks for sending that. All right, next up is Ed. It says, Ed Sheeran stomping a gnarly frontside air. Hi, Gary. I love your scootering channel. Keep shredding. You inspired me to build this, so you're basically responsible. Please roast my rap build. Love you, Joel. So Joel is a little bit of a joker. And you can see that his bike matches his personality. Just a bit of a joke bike overall. He's got these crazy mismatched cracks there. Mismatched wheels. Got these ugly green grips, but he's the joker, so he loves green. And little back shot here. This saddle look like it's seen better days for sure. And then here's a nice side pic. This side pic's pretty cool. I think if you got a new front tire, you can definitely turn it up a notch. No bottle cage. Crank arm's not straight. But yeah, it looks like a fun ride. Good for your scootering adventures for sure. Thanks, Joel. Thanks for sending. Cheers. All right, next up is Camilo. Camilo says, hi, Gary. Greetings from Colombia. Cheers, Camilo. Attaches my Smith mountain bike photos. I'd be pleased if you talked about my bike. And if you want to contact him, here's his information. He's a certified professional architecture firm, I guess. All right, first up, it's got a close-up of this Parallax hub. Nothing too crazy about this hub, but he has a nice picture of it, a nice close-up for you guys to see. And then next up, another nice close-up picture of this Shimano neck save. I do like the diode. It looks pretty cool. It looks like an old like racing taco. And this button here looks pretty cool as well. I'm not sure what that does. Is that to shift? It'd be cool to get another picture of this so I can see it. Got some nice U-turn forks there. I'd say set it at about 70 here. So that's looking good. All right, here's the bike. Most of the bike. Yeah, these shifters are super cool. Super into those. The grip area looks a little small. I'll probably move these in a little bit, but yeah, if you're comfy, that's fine. I like the yellow on the Smith bike. Graphics look cool. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet bike. I like the fork upgrade as well. Tire upgrade. Looks like wheel upgrade. No bottom cage. Crank arm is probably not my favorite, but it does look kind of cool in a weird way. Got Dior front mech. Got an interesting chainstay protector with the chain print on there as well. And then matching yellow valves. Here's the front, Ritchie stem, cat-eye computer. This section of the brake looks pretty crazy as well. It's got some crazy tech on here. Rims, little magnet for the computer. All right, power modulator, high-low. Okay, this is cool. I've never seen this before. I've seen these types of brakes before, but I've never seen this. Maybe you can adjust like how long this is or how well it pulls here. That's kind of cool. All right, here's a side shot. Yeah, sick looking bike. Looks like a pretty fun bike. I think you are a little overkill on the accessories and everything here, but overall, yeah, pretty sick. Nice one, Camilo. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is Kevin. Hey Gary, spent too much time looking for bronze bits. Let me know what you think or if you add anything. Okay, just no review. All right, I do like the lever upgrade. That's sick. Some little picks here. Okay, these are all the picks. Anything I would add? All right, let's see. I think everything looks pretty good. There's not too much to add on this one. Yeah, everything looks pretty cool. Maybe you might need some lights, maybe a backlight. I can't really see that in a front light if you ride at night. But yeah, everything else looks good. Not too much to put on it. You already got a bar bag, you got a saddle bag as well. Yeah, it looks cool. Nice one. Thanks, Kevin. All right, next up is Crosby. Crosby says roast, and he says, hey Gary, I'm in Sweden. Shout out Sweden. Picked it up for 30 bucks. It's too big for me, but he built it up anyway. Do your worst, you dirty bastard. Couldn't imagine a Swedish person saying that. That's pretty funny. Yours truly, Austin of Gothenburg. Alright, let's see. Do my worst. Too many colors. Come on, Austin of Gothenburg. Alright, colors aside, I think the build is pretty neat overall. Cables look good. Stance looks pretty good. Riding position looks pretty good. It's got some White Industries crank running 3x7. Crank arm is straight. No bottle cages here, but it does have bottle cage bolts, so that's good. Pedal looks like could use a pedal upgrade. Could use a saddle upgrade. Could use a grip upgrade maybe. They look pretty good condition though. Cleaned it up pretty nice. Clean chain, clean cassette. These tires are horrendous tires. Bad enough they're this color, but then they have the strip, reflective strip as well. Just doubly worse. Just terrible. Alright, here, Ronald McDonald. Cockpit right here. Don't know how he decided on this. It's got a display on the left side, but no display on the right. The grips look good here. Keep the grips. Another picture of these disgusting tires. Oh, another person also went straight down with the cable. That's interesting. Clean brakes here. Looks like cleaned it up. Cleaned up the whole thing, which is nice. Funny little shot here. Saddle, could use a saddle upgrade. I think I said that before. Yeah, could use a bit of cleaning on the seat post. And also a vapor rust alternative. But yeah, this is basically his bike. I guess overall not bad. I think if you just took all the if you just changed these tires to black and then just kept blue cables all through here instead of the Ronald McDonald setup, then it would look pretty good. But yeah, not too bad. Thanks Crosby, thanks for sending. Alright, next up is Vincent. Alright, Vincent, let's see. Hi Gary, love what you do. Please roast my latest 90s giant Acapulco. Vince, graphic designer at Newark Bikes. Alright, so I've checked out his Instagram before and he builds some pretty cool bikes and he's from Australia. So I'm keen to see this. Sent from iPhone 5. So this has got to be a joke because it's all in lowercase. P.S. Crank arm not straight. So already roasting himself because he's scared. Alright, first up. Roasting you for taking a picture of your bike in front of graffiti because you just can't see a thing at all and it's overplayed. Does have bottle cage, new tires, new rims. It looks like new drivetrain here, but he's got this really old old derailleur with a newish crankset. Turbo saddle, gonna roast you for having it pointed too far down. It goes below the bars. But you don't have drop bars, so it doesn't make sense. No spacers in the stem. Spacer converter here. More graffiti shots that you can't see. I thought he was a graphic designer. I thought he would know this, but unfortunately not. Gonna roast you for your lever position. Okay, so his lever position is almost pointing up at this point, so he must ride super hunched over. But that makes sense because most graphic designers are super hunched over from working on a computer all day. A few more photos here. Nice little custom saddle. I think this is like a limited edition one. Never seen this one in suede with the print. And then upgraded brakes here with some pink. Looking pretty good. Paint job. Maybe he did this paint job himself. I'm not sure. Fat is fit fine. Not sure what this first word is. Maybe it's like 888. Can't read it. Alright, here's the bull moose bars. Yeah, gotta roast him, no spaces here. The grips look kind of cool. I guess they match the matched frame here. And yeah, just the lever's a little bit weird, I think. Just the position of them. And then down here, final shot with the dog. Cute little dog there. That's gonna be a problem. Don't forget to unhook that once you start pedaling. Otherwise, there'll be trouble. But yeah, overall pretty sick bike. Yeah, honestly, yeah, check his Instagram out. It's actually pretty sick. He builds a lot better bikes than this one for sure. It's yeah, pretty fun stuff on his Instagram. I rate it. But yeah, pretty sick bike. Nice and funky. He loves colors, so yeah, well expected. But yeah, it just needs a bit of a better shot. But yeah, overall, pretty sick. Alright, that's the last one. Hope you liked it. If you sent in, we got a bunch more this time. I'll do it soon. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. And I'll catch you next one. Peace.